Hi friends, welcome. For today's class you will need a chair, so go ahead and grab a chair and make sure there's no wheels on it. Make sure it's not one of those counter stools with the spinny tops, just something that's really stable. You could even use a little table if you have that nearby. So today we're doing a lot of different types of lunges. We'll be doing 3 different exercises to really get into the hips. And these movements are great to do with a chair because it really teaches you how to load the legs and not rely on the spine, which is what we oftentimes do in lunges. So these are great movements to do to strengthen the hips, to help you with balance in daily life. And whenever we're strengthening muscles around the knees, you're also going to help with any knee discomfort. So lunges are great to do. Set up your chair on your mat so that you've got some space behind you when it's facing you. We're going to start seated today. So you'll sit on the edge of your chair with your feet flat on the ground, about hip bone distance apart. And then just rest your hands on your lap, palms down. Sit up nice and tall. Try to get your chest over your hips. Relax the shoulders down. And you can even lower the chin into the chest to start to open the back of the neck. And then if it feels good, close the eyes. If it feels better, just to soften the gaze, soften your gaze. Start by feeling the connection of your feet on the ground. And notice any qualities that are present, any sensations that are present in the feet, if they're tingly or warm or cool, if they feel fidgety or not. Just notice. Invite a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Send the breath all the way down into your low belly. And then open your mouth and exhale it out. And now start to find a steady breath in and out of your nose if possible. Each breath in, can you imagine sending the breath down into the low belly? Each breath out, feel the belly gently draw back in towards center. Keep the breath smooth, steady, and soft. And then go ahead, let your eyes flutter open if they were closed. Let your hands slide forward, take an inhale, and as you exhale, round your spine. We'll hold here for a few moments, so as you round your spine, you're in a position of flexion. Feel your tailbone right at the base of your spine curl under, your ribs, your front ribs hug in towards your back body, your shoulders spread away from each other, and your chin tuck in towards your chest. So really breathe into the back body. Another inhale here. Now, as you exhale, do the opposite. Start to slide your hands back, pull your heart forward, slide the shoulders back, and curl your tailbone up towards the ceiling. So you've got this big extension in your spine. Inhale a little more, pull the chest forward. And then exhale, round your spine, flex the spine. We'll do that again. Inhale, arch, extension of the spine. You're in a back bend position. Exhale, round, your tailbone curls under or tucks under. Let's do one more inhale. Breathe into the front body. This time hold as you exhale, round your spine. Hold another breath or so here. So right now your pelvis is tipping backwards. We call this a posterior tilt of the pelvis. Your spine is flexed. And what you might really feel is that your front ribs are moving in. Your tailbone is tucked under, so there's no back bend here, and this is the position of the spine we'll come back to throughout our different exercises today. And then slowly come back towards center in your seat, and then come all the way to stand up. And from here, you're going to step about a foot, maybe a foot and a half away from your chair, not facing it. So facing whatever's in front of you. Feet about underneath your hip bones. Bring your hands to your hips. Step the right foot forward another inch or two. Now, if you want to do this with a wall by your side, feel free to have a wall by your side or another chair or something by your left side. Step your left foot on the chair behind you. I like to point the toes. And then bend both your knees a bit. With your thumbs, drop your tailbone heavily. So tuck your tailbone under, come to that rounded spine. You're going to feel your shoulders hunch over a little bit. You can even drop the head. Ground through the right heel, so all the weight is in your front leg. We're really loading the front leg, and make sure your front knee's over the center of the foot, not turning in towards the big toe. Now from here, you're going to start to bend the right knee a lot. And then slowly straighten the leg a little bit. So keeping at least a micro bend in the leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee a lot. Keep tucking the tailbone under. Keep rounding the spine. Inhale, straighten the right leg a little bit. Exhale, bend the knee. Knee stays over the center of the foot. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Ground through the right heel. And then inhale, straighten the leg a bit. Step your left foot off. Just walk it out a little bit. You can roll out your ankles. All right, so it's a lot of weight in the front leg. I know it's starting to load up that front leg to strengthen the front of the leg, the quadriceps. So again, stand about a foot and a half in front of your chair, feet about under the hip bones. Keep your gaze steady. If you want to do this with your right hand at a wall, go for it. Step your right foot onto the chair. Bend your standing leg a good amount and pause. With your thumbs, tuck your tailbone under so your tailbone drops, your front ribs hug in. You can even look down a little bit. Make sure your front knee's over the center of the foot. And then you're going to bend that standing leg quite a bit. Your knee might go past the ankle even. And then slowly straighten the leg. Keep the tailbone tucked under. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. We got 3 more. Exhale, bend. Keep all the weight in your left heel, like 90% of it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Keep tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, straighten. 1 more time, bend. Keep lifting the front ribs away from the floor. You've got this. Inhale, straighten. Slowly come up, step the right foot off. Walk it out. Roll out your ankles a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do some lunges facing the chair. Step forward. Bring your hands to your chair seat with your shoulders about over your wrist. And have your feet pretty close to the chair so that your feet are about underneath your hips. And then from here, step your left foot back about a foot, maybe a foot and a half. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, round your spine. Tuck the tailbone under. Lift the front ribs away from the floor. Bend your standing leg a lot. And now this time, try to shift the weight back. So like 90% of the weight is in your left big toe mound, the ball of the left foot. Take a breath in here. Exhale, bend your knees. And then inhale, can you make the back leg straighter? Start to push the left thigh back, but keep tucking your tailbone under. Exhale, bend the back leg a lot. Inhale, make the back leg a little straighter. Let's do 3 more like that. Bend, tuck the tailbone under. Keep the tailbone tucked under as you straighten the back leg a bit. Bend, keep the weight in the back foot. Straighten, and to be honest, my back leg isn't straightening all the way, that's fine. Bend. Straighten. Now 1 more time, bend and pause. We are going to do 5 more. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to bring your hands to your hips or even come to fingertips, do so. But now try to lean your chest back so your shoulders are over your hips. Tuck the tailbone under, hug the ribs in. Bend your back knee a lot. And then inhale, straighten the back leg any amount. And your front leg is going to move as well. That's okay. Bend your back knee. Straighten the leg. Keep tucking the tailbone under. Bend. We're doing 3 more. Straighten. Can you lift the front ribs in? Bend. Straighten. Can you lean back a little bit? A reminder to myself. 1 more time. Bend. Straighten and then slowly step forward. Okay, my legs are already feeling super warm. Let's do the other side. Stand about a foot in front of your chair, feet under your hips, hands under the shoulders. Step your right leg back about a foot and a half, and you're really plugging into the ground with that right big toe mound. Take an inhale. Exhale to round your spine. Tuck the tailbone under. You can relax the head, lift the front ribs away from the floor. Bend your knees. Shift the weight into your back foot. Can you get 90% of the weight in the back big toe mound, the ball of the foot? Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your back knee more. And then inhale, make the back leg straighter. It doesn't matter how much. And exhale, bend. Inhale to straighten. So we're moving nice and slowly. Exhale to bend. Keep tucking the tailbone under. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Lift the front ribs away from the floor. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend and pause. We've got 5 more. If you want to come to fingertips or bring hands to hips, do so. Now try to lean the chest back, but keep tucking the tailbone. Lift the front ribs in. Exhale, bend your back knee. Inhale, make the back leg straighter. Exhale, bend. And notice how when you inhale, make the back leg straighter, your tailbone wants to curl up. Try to drop it down. Bend and straighten. 2 more. We've got this. Bend, straighten, shift the weight back if you're leaning forward. Bend, straighten, and then stand up, step forward, roll out your ankles, take a little stroll, shake it out. Maybe your legs are already feeling like jelly. Okay, 1 more exercise like this, doing a lunge. So this time, we're gonna make our lunge much longer, which when you have a longer lunge, it feels a little less stable. And because it's longer, your spine really wants to take up a lot of the load. So your spine is gonna wanna do this position when you're in extension. And our work is to really try to rock our pelvis backwards so that we keep the legs engaged and not overdo the low back. Bring your hands to your chair seat. Shoulders over the wrist. You'll keep your right foot forward. This time step your left leg pretty far back, working towards, you can imagine making this right thigh parallel to the mat. Plug into the ground with your back foot, the big toe mound. Round your spine. Tuck your tailbone under. Relax the head between your arms. Ground through the back, big toe mound. Take an inhale. Now exhale, bend your back knee a lot. And then inhale, make the back leg a little straighter. And then exhale, bend the back knee a lot. Keep the weight towards the back of the foot. And then straighten the back leg. 3 more here. Bend. And straighten. Ooh, I'm already shaking. Bend. Keep rounding your spine. And straighten. 1 more like this. Bend. Straighten. Now you can stay like this or bring hands to hips. If you do so, lean the chest way back and you get chest over hips, hug the front ribs in. Tuck the tailbone under. Bend your back knee a lot. Inhale to straighten. Bend the back knee a lot. Ooh, shaking so much. Inhale to straighten. Tuck your tailbone under, bend. Straighten. Let's do 2 more. Bend. Straighten, hug the front ribs in, bend, lean the chest back a bit, straighten, and now bend, little pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your hands to the chair seat. Keep your feet where they are. Straighten both your legs. Try to sink your back heel into the ground. Just stretch it out a bit. I know that was a lot. Take another breath here. And then step your left foot forward. Bring hands to hips. Shake it out a little bit. Okay. 1 more side to go. So bring your hands to the chair seat. Shoulders over the wrist. Left foot stays forward. Step the right leg long and back. Imagine making this left thigh parallel to the mat. Plug into the ground with your right big toe mound. Take an inhale. Exhale. And round your spine. Tuck your tailbone under. Lift the front ribs away from the floor. Relax the head between the upper arms. Shift the weight towards the back foot. Bend your back knee as you exhale. And then inhale, make the back leg straighter. Bend. and straighten. We've got 3 more. Bend. This side already feels a little easier for me, and straighten because my right leg is stronger, which maybe you feel the same, maybe you feel the opposite. Bend and straighten. 1 more. Bend, straighten. Keep rounding the spine. If you would like, no pressure. Bring hands to hips. Lean the chest back, chest over hips. Tuck your tailbone under. Hug the front ribs in. Bend your back knee and straighten the leg. Bend as you exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. 2 more. We've got this. Bend. Straighten. Can you tuck the tailbone under more? Bend and hold. Little pulses up and down for 10, 9. Hug the front ribs in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your hands to the chair seat. Keep your feet where they are. Straighten your legs. Try to sink your back heel into the ground. And then from here, step the right foot forward. Take a little stroll around your mat. Walk around. Shake it out. Okay. How do your legs feel? Mine feel like jelly right now. So come back to sit on your chair. 3 exercises. That's all we did to strengthen the hips. And that's all it takes sometimes, just to really bring that awareness into the legs. And now you can bring these concepts into other classes. So keep your feet on the ground. Cross your right ankle past your left knee. Flex the right toes. And then sit up nice and tall. And start to stabilize the breath. Come back to that steady breath in and out of your nose. Feel the right thigh move down towards the ground. And you might spin the right hip forward a little bit. Take another breath like this. And then exhale, place the right foot down and switch. Grab your left foot, cross the left ankle past the right knee. Draw your toes straight back towards the knee. Sit up nice and tall as you breathe in. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Hug your front ribs in, breathe into the back body. You might imagine there was a sandbag on your left thigh, guiding it towards the ground. And you might spin the left hip forward a little bit. Take another breath. And then exhale, place your left foot down. Make sure you feel like you're fully supported by your chair seat. I'm just going to scooch back a little bit. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, start to slide forward around your spine. Rest your ribs on your thighs. Relax the head towards the ground. You can just relax your arms wherever it feels good. If you want to interlace fingers behind the head and just do a little traction down on the neck, try it. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then stay as you exhale. Try to soften a little more. Sink in towards the ground. Release your head if you have it. Just let your arms dangle. And then slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And from here, you're going to stand up. Sit down on the ground with your side facing the wall. So one side facing your chair. So we're going to take legs up the chair. Side facing the chair. Lay down sideways. And then from here, you'll turn around so you're facing the chair and bring the backs of your shins onto the chair seat. Once you lay down, inch back a little bit so you don't have the very backs of your knees on the edge of the chair, but more the calf muscles. And let your legs be about hip bone distance apart or wider. Arms out to the side, or you could cactus your arms, or you could rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And let your eyes soften or close here. We did so much work for the legs and the hips. You might find that your legs are kind of gripping as if they still need to put in effort. So just notice that, and then try to let your legs sink into the chair and be supported by it. And let your hips sink into the ground. And then invite a slow, deep breath in through the nose. And a clearing breath out of the mouth. And this is where I'll leave you. This will be our Shavasana. I invite you to stay for at least 5 more breaths. If you can stay longer, stay a little bit longer. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me. Let me know how it goes. Om Shanti. Peace.